Okay, so 50 Cent Diddy documentary, business and sales lessons. So, oh my God, thanks to my wife, I spent the weekend watching the 50 Cent Diddy documentary from the Prince of Petty, 50 Cent. Lots and lots of TikTok content around it. It's really well done. It's artistic, it's surgical, it's well researched, it's lethal. It might be the best documentary I've ever seen. It's a Count of Monte Cristo level takedown going for over 30 years with new footage, interviews. It's a petty work of art. It is devastating. It completely reframes the public image of Diddy. It's carefully paces you and leads you. And it's just so good. And I thought 50 Cent was a genius since I read The 50th Law, which is my favorite book he did from Robert Greene. Robert Greene is like the 48 Laws of Power, like Art of Seduction guy, but he does like this really manipulative, like mushy stuff. He's you read the Art of Seduction, he's like haunt to the perimeter, like stalk her, and I was like, hey, that's weird. There's none of that in the 50th Law. Like the 50th Law is straight up like Superman, Nietzsche, will to power, like very refreshing stuff. So I was watching TikTok. Nobody's really talking about what I'm talking about, and I've experienced this personally. Like if you've been in business, you've seen people like this. So the question that I always ask is like, what motivated someone to do this? Like, why did this happen? This doesn't just happen. This is like a generation of bad will. So there's a lot of people who were close to 50 Cent that got screwed over and blacklisted by Puff Daddy, by Diddy. And the documentary footage, like they got a hold of documentary footage right before like he got arrested. It wasn't leaked. He just didn't pay the documentary people. So they're like, can we shop this around? Like he would have like you look at all the stuff that Diddy did, he would have just gotten away with it if he didn't like humiliate everyone around him and not pay them. So like why? But then I'm like thinking, why did he refuse to pay people, get them blacklisted, etc.? Is it because he couldn't afford it? And I'm like, no, it's because people have a compulsive need formed in childhood to play status games that I guess they never address. I don't think it's something you can control. I once had a very close friend, and we were business partners from a very wealthy Chinese family in Hong Kong. His uncle was a billionaire. He was full of stories of shell companies and exploiting the growth at all cost Chinese system and doing all this crazy stuff. He was the first person I met who was making real money online, like flipping League of Legends accounts, optimizing landing pages, switching to subscription based models with unlimited, like very morally gray guy. But he really showed me what was possible. He's a big part of why I'm where I'm at today. Very smart guy, but his need to play status games undermined most of his relationships. He always had to be number one. So we had a very difficult personal financial falling out. By the way, I was like, after we had this falling out, his significant other, a bunch of people came to me. She was like, he's done this like 5 times. There's nothing wrong with you. This is his MO. Status is different from status signals. It's okay to have a nice watch or live in a nice place, have big muscles, whatever. This is different from status. Status is pecking order based. There are a lot of people in business and life whose sense of identity is rooted in being number one in the room. It's a form of addiction that will eventually lead them to turn on you in most cases. In the same way an alcoholic can't help drinking and letting you down, people who play status games will eventually betray close friends and family to preserve their sense of superiority. Addiction to these games can ruin relationships, friendships, burn bridges, kill businesses. You always want to create situations where everybody can win together and you elevate everyone around you. My 2 favorite examples of this are 50 Cent working with vitamin water, like Glasso initially didn't want to work with him because they're like, he just wanted straight equity. And they're like, you're too toxic. So they did like a split hybrid deal. He's like, I'm going to promote you, give me a few $1 million, and then I want equity. They gave him less equity than he wanted. Must have hurt his ego, but it didn't matter because he boosted them up. They sold to Coca-Cola, I think, for $4 billion. And then he brought Eminem to accept a music award with him. The answer is always win and help win. So it's like bow tie bull, like Balaji say. Like when I started taking private lessons with MMA fighters, I always said like, listen, I want to beat up 99% of people, but I just want to make friends with the other 1%. I am not competing to be 99.1 and above. I'm good with 99 out of 100. There are diminishing returns to anything: money, fitness, dating, knowing when you've won, and building your network by doing business the right way, and especially taking care of your people is the best strategy for long-term success. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, grab yourself some chamomile tea and get ready for a wild ride because there's going to be a lot of spilled tea. Anyway, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.